So I just got done running a group, my weekly mindset group in our CrossFit box here in California, Los Feliz. Stop by if you haven't. And the mindset group is about the intersection between fitness, in this case CrossFit, and life, and how you could take what you learn about yourself and how you think in fitness and apply it to other areas of your life. Hence, dissolving mental blocks, raising your potential, and using fitness as a way into rewire yourself and improve the quality of your life. And one second. So, I don't know what I'm drinking wine now. I look like a woman. I don't know what is going on with me. But we were talking about flow. Oh, we're talking about the state of flow. And if you don't know about the state of flow, you should Google it. It's very interesting. It's this is me simplifying it. It's when the world disappears, And we're talking about how you could hit flow in CrossFit and the effects of being in that state and how that enhances performance, etc., and your experience. You could hit flow in anything. You could hit flow in sex. You can hit flow. Ask Sting. You could hit flow when I'm on my motorcycle and I'm going through canyons, and you forget that you're on a bike, and you kind of become very one with the bike. You're hitting flow. A lot of riders forget about when they're riding. They forget about the time and day. They forget to eat. So. I don't know why I started talking about relationships, but I said that I don't argue in relationships anymore. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I think so many relationships crumble because of one's grip on wanting to win an argument. And then from there, anger, resentment, and it builds and builds and builds until that leg, which you hold, build your relationship on, is knocked out, and the table, the relationship table is suddenly wobbly. So when I say I don't argue, or it doesn't mean. And by the way, I used to be extremely argumentative, loud, and just steamroll people in relationships, and doesn't work. So here's the thing: you take the dynamic of a relationship, right? And every relationship, romantic or not, has its own dance, its own dynamic, and you can't change the other person, but you can. There's a Depeche Mode song. I forgot what the lyrics were, but it says you can't change the world and blah blah blah, and by the end it says you can. So like that, yes, you can't change the other person technically, but you can, in the sense that you could change the dynamic of a relationship. And if you choose to not argue, and if you were like me, very argumentative, and you choose to go down a different road, if you choose to disengage in an argument, and I don't mean by not arguing that you're suddenly a wussy. You have opinions. I just mean to turn your dial from trying to understand before being understood, and I mean don't argue in the sense that you're going to express yourself, and you're going to hear, and you're going to have opinions. It doesn't mean that you have to follow everyone. You have to follow someone's views or instruction or opinions. It just means that you just refuse to argue. You refuse to throw chairs. You refuse to assassinate character and all the stuff that comes with the process of a heated argument. So the choice to not argue and to take a breath diffuses the argument, the conflict, the drama. And if you could look at it like it's more about you and the reflection of you and your character and who you want to be, and less about them, because a lot of people argue because they don't want to lose, and what they are actually doing is they're both, everyone's losing. So it's wasted energy. And so if you decide that, I'm not going to argue, and you're going to pull from a different place, you're going to change the dynamic of a certain dance that was dysfunctional. And by changing that dynamic, you can actually change someone, you know. Going back to the flow idea, going back to the moments of when the world disappears, you know, I mean, the moments of the high, the natural high, the dopamine, the moments of you're hitting your potential, you know, and being happy and all that, and whatever you're doing, your art, your creativity, whatever. You could hit flow in relationships, and flow is not a light switch, you know. Everyone would then just flip it on and when they wake up, right? So flow are moments, and they come when the alignment is right. And so for relationships to hit flow, one of the things that kills flow is argument, to go make an arrow toward anger, and then you make an arrow toward resentment, and you make an arrow toward you know, whatever, breakups, expired relationships. I think I'm a little drunk. You know, the thing about Asians is they have no tolerance for alcohol, and so this by the way wasn't filled up to here. I've only had 2 sips, but as you can see, I'm turning red, and I'm drinking this to hopefully sleep better tonight. But alcohol is a poison, and Asians and I think Eskimos and Native Americans, there are certain people that don't have the enzyme to fight the poison off. So if I took off my shirt right now, I would be splotchy. It's like I'm actually dying. I'm poisoning myself. Stop arguing, guys. It's not worth it.